Unblinded Huddle, #1 place to start your day with a daily dose of integrity-based human influence. What's present for me on this beautiful, fun Friday is like, there's a lot of people on this call, and there's fine folks that come here consistently. We've done 240 plus huddles, and for some of you, it's your first one. So there's a lot to receive here, a lot to receive. So for everyone, like, let's show some love. Realize every single morning huddle, we have an opportunity to bring in a beautiful new member into this movement. And some of them are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to interact. And by you interacting in the chat with love, integrity, and respect, you create that space. So thank you for all our fellow Spartans who have been here for over 100 huddles consistently, starting your day with love, with fun, with integrity. And for everyone that's new, welcome. We create fun, simple, and magical micro distinctions and frictionlessness that free exponential abundance in your money, time, and magic. What does that mean? It means we're about exponential growth, integrity, love, scale, business development, community contribution, and many other different dynamics. And we're a movement and we're a team. And what a perfect song to start our Fun Friday after a masterful mastery call last night where Joe Hagan said, listen, y'all, he might have not said y'all, that's like Fernando speaking. That's me diluting, distorting. This is like a freight train and we're moving. And you know what stops a freight train? Nothing. Ain't nothing gonna be stopping us from where we're going, because we're accelerating, we're co-creating, we're merging, we're counting our ecosystems. We're counting our speaking engagements. We're counting our sales meetings. We're counting our sales. We're counting our disposable income. We're measuring our contribution. And more importantly, we're having a heck of a lot of fun and magic, doing it. Like Ruth Karmazan, who, like, in my mind now is wearing a red bandana with like a leather jacket with like snakes in the back, riding a Harley like down the California coastline. Like, that is my vision of Ruth. And if you know Ruth, yeah, listen, that is so Ruth. And she's also loving, caring, and doing amazing things in the world. So everyone here, like, we have our fun side. We have our Zeus, our goddess, and our aspirational. And we're co-creating these dreams. We're co-creating this movement together. So listen, just so like everyone stays with me, we have a magical guest coming on today. I'm going to wait a second for Mr. Callagher to jump on so we can introduce this fine sir. But stay with us, as a lot of you have asked about what is proximity, what is like it doing in the world. And like today, I think we might chat about that. So stay tuned for that. But for everyone, like, what's fun for you? What's fun for you? If today was your last day, and like, I don't want to put that energy in a negative light, but let's like step into it for a second. If today was your last day, what would you do for fun? Like, for fun. So let's like add some light to that question. If today was your last day and you had to choose to do something fun, and I know most of you would choose contributing, giving back, being with your family, all those beautiful dynamics, but just for the sake of Fun Friday, like, stay with me. What would you do for fun? Like, Adam Gugino would probably go play pickleball, but instead of playing pickleball with people, he would play pickleball with puppies, because he loves puppies and he loves pickleball. And like, I don't know if puppies can play pickleball, but I'm sure that would be a lot of fun for Adam Gugino. He would have matching sweatbands. He would have Nike gear all over the place. He would look like Will Ferrell at his like height of his career. And that is what like might be fun for Adam Gugino. Adam, am I like off, or am I like so spot on that one?
Mr. Pokemon, you are spot on.
Yes, I'm currently looking to invest in Pokemon cards. That is a real thing. So if any of you know where I can find the Charizard, I need you to hook it up. I am not kidding. So Adam, what would you do, like for real, outside of pickleball and puppies and sweatbands, if this was your last day and you needed to only have fun, that was your only option, what would you do?
I would go back and forth between a shelter, a dog shelter, and a pickleball court. And I would find my way to some puppies somewhere in between for sure. Yes. So
awesome.
You know me well, my friend. You know me well.
Yes, sir. And of course, I'm sure there would be, the helping of humanity. And just to bring in the energy from last week, there would be push-up contests and Flava Flav and all different dynamics. So let's take a peek in the chat and let's bring some of your energy, in here. Let's see. Let's get in here. Craig B, fun energy. I ran down the stairs and put on Let's Fall in Love. Jason Simple, that's interesting. Ruth Karmazan, it's victory, of course, because I was victorious after my abusive marriage. Not a Harley. Okay, so not a Harley. Let's see. Ed Green would ride horses in Iceland. That is very specific. The Love Doctor would eat ice cream and play cards. We have Tish, who would jump out of an airplane with her grandkids. We have David Quiroga would race around Monte Carlo Motor Club with my sons and friends. Brant would go skydiving. Well, you are a lunatic, sir. Jason Sipple would take the family skiing. His boys have never been in the snow, and it's 80+ degrees here in Florida. Michelle Wilson dancing on the beach with her family. Jay Levine, he would spend it with his family at the lake, at the water, fishing, boats, kayaking, fire pit, and s'mores. Also something that would freeze time. Gina, great falling morning here in New Jersey. Hello, everyone. What is happening, Gina? Erica would get on a plane and go hug her dad and dance. Joe Coburn would probably have one of those, Fernando, we have boxes and boxes. Wait, Joe, you have Pokemon cards? Like, listen, off topic, we got to talk. Craig, I would fill my bag, work peanut butter and honey sandwiches, and surf all day with my friends. And Jason also has Pokemon cards. So listen, we just started a fad, but this huddle is not about Pokemon cards. But thank you all for supporting that and conversations to be had. So Adam Gugino, if you could come live with me. I see a smile on your face and I feel the warmth in your heart. And like Sean said it yesterday, dude, you're a funny guy. You call me out of nowhere with bursts of energy. I know it's going to be good when Adam jumps in with his hold on real quick. It's always something good. So Mr. Gugino, hey, what's up, Sean?
Yeah, please continue. Up. Good morning, everybody. Got it.
Awesome. Listen, I was just gonna have some fun back and forth.
Are you sure, Sean? Sean, are you sure you could pick up right from here? I have no problem.
5D listening says Adam was not looking forward to my question. So Sean, let's kick it over to you.
Well, I want to know the question though. On Fun Friday, what was that question going to be?
Like, what would you do for fun if this was your last day and all you can do is have fun? What would that be for Sean Callaghy? And then kick it over to you as we introduce our awesome guest.
Yeah, Adam, what do you got?
Well, I did answer that question, but I'll answer it again. I would play pickleball. I would stop at dog shelters. I would probably find a puppy farm. Yeah, definitely that would be my day of fun.
All right. I would be together with family, and I would be at the beach in Long Beach Island. That would be for me. And I would be going on the Sea Dragon, riding waves, being with everybody, going to my grandparents' house. That's what I'll be looking at, and certainly having a check.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, who do we got today, Fernando? We have an awesome guest.
Yes, we have Michael Matu and we have Nicole Healy on the line. Michael is the current CEO of Proximity, which a lot of folks in the movement, there's been a rumor and a murmur of, what just happened. I believe they were just on TechCrunch, and they are a silicone startup that Sean, you are a founder. A silicone startup that Sean, you are a founder of. And there's like a lot of questions, a lot of buzz, and I believe a lot of people are looking forward to the unveiling of what you've been creating. So I will kick it over to you and let you lead the call.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Sean. Great to be here. Although I will say I'm on the West Coast. So this is 5:30 Pacific, but I've had a couple of cups of coffee and ready to go. So good morning.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'm on the left coast with you, my friend. So yes, it is definitely not an early morning. So Michael, thank you for everything you've been doing. And you want to just share briefly, and for everybody, this is relevant to you. So Michael, you want to share the backstory of Proximity a little bit and kind of yours and what's cooking?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Sean. Thank you, everyone. And Fernando, great kickoff to the morning. Little heavy metal, so it wakes me up. So it's awesome. So Proximity, really, it's an interesting concept, and it really talks about ultimately how people connect, and how do you connect to your customers, your constituents, the people who are interested in talking to you. So I know Sean and one of our other co-founders, Chris, who have their own businesses. They're always looking for ways to how do we have people connect to us in a more intimate way. And there were really no platforms purpose built for that. So there are companies like, if you've heard of Masterclass, which allows pros or experts in their field to have big sessions like a classroom session, and it's a one way. So you do a class and you have a bunch of folks who are buying tickets and they participate in that class. You have Patreon, which is more subscription, and it allows, again, you to watch videos and music and participate with pros. But the challenge was really creating that intimacy and that connection with your client base. So Proximity was born, which is a platform that has all the back office. So people call it Zoom on steroids. It's video, audio, billing, chat, all the things that an expert needs to connect to their customers or their potential customers. And on the consumer side, it allows that consumer to find the pro they want and get wisdom and, quote, be connected to that person in proximity. So Proximity was born. It allows an expert in their field to build a profile. It's like any social platform, and it allows you to say, here, this is who I am, this is my expertise, and this is typically for my time, this is what I charge. And on the consumer side, they can find that profile and say, guy, I want to connect with this pro. So for example, if you're a podcaster and you're talking about a specific topic, at the end of the podcast, if somebody really wants to connect with you, you can say, hey, listen, hit me up on Prox. They can now go to your Prox profile and schedule one-on-one time with that particular pro. And we handle all of the logistics to making that happen, and making sure that experience is fabulous. So that's really at the highest level the concept of Proximity. Nicole is running operations, but really more importantly, onboarding and client success. And so, Nicole, I don't know if you want to add a little color to that introduction.
Yeah,
Hey, Nicole.
Hi. Good morning. I would just layer in that there's a lot of features within the platform that were done really intentionally to set both the pros and their kind of knowledge seekers or clients up for success. Throughout the booking of the meeting, we really help the client articulate what it is that they're hoping to get out of the meeting and build an agenda that is intentional and helps the pro really deliver on the value of that time. So there's just a lot of kind of gamification features within the sessions itself that really do help people set our pros and their clients up for success. And then beyond that, we are also collecting, data insights and trends in content and all of that kind of information that eventually will really help our marketers, or our pros, not just build an additional revenue stream, but influence, the content that they're putting out there in other places as well to really deliver value to their audience.
Awesome, Nicole. Michael, so when first we sat down to talk about this, we're all sitting down there, Chris and I included, and this, in certain ways and respects, was a pre-platform conceptually to Unblinded. When I first sat down, guys, with Chris Crone, the purpose was to talk about what we're doing here at Unblinded. And so when we were chatting about this, I explained the formula, I explained everything that we're doing. Chris and I were having conversations, and conversations included doing things like we're doing here at Unblinded. And it evolved in a number of different directions. And Chris, myself, and some others ended up saying, okay, well, let's do something slightly differently, which it was interesting to me because the formula became like not a part of the conversation. I was like, okay, great. I'll just do that over here. And that would become Unblinded. And it became more about building a platform for loads of people to come into to solve these challenges. And I want to get, Michael and Nicole's thoughts on that. We began to see that if somebody did let's say, Oprah might be too big a name, Gary Vaynerchuk comes off of the speaking engagement and something happens, there's a line of people that want to talk to him, then it's going to be an incredibly long day, a complex situation. People are going to be like, okay, that's it. No ability to talk to Gary Vaynerchuk. Or if, there's a line of autographs for an athlete or a singer or performer, it's like, okay, done. See you later. Thank you very much. But what if that person could say, hey, hit me on proximity, and have a way of people engaging? But then it became a thought in the conversation for even more. And the conversation became, wait a minute, that issue isn't just faced by, Gary Vaynerchuk, Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, Peyton Manning, and around that time frame, conversation we're having. That issue faces like everybody who's a speaker, pretty much. I would remember seeing somebody come off the Tony Robbins stage, a person that nobody's ever heard of, and they're selling a program for a certain amount of money, or maybe no program at all, and there'd be a long line to talk to the person. And that situation would be like, hey, can I have your phone number? Can we talk? And then I'm sure for many of you, even in Unblinded at this point already, you're having that occur. That people want your advice, they want your input, they want your thoughts, and you're in this awkward sort of in-between space of, well, this is taking my time, my energy. I've had conversations like this with Elle, with Susan, and many others. This person wants to talk to me. Tiffany Armstrong is having a lot of acceleration on what was happening on LinkedIn, that her and Chaz were conversing with innovations. Hey, can I talk to you? And I'm not saying that this is what happens, or should happen in these situations. But overall, in any situation, what do you do? And when do you say? And in most sessions that we have one-on-one, a lot of people say, hey, when do I say, listen, this is really more like I'm coaching you, and this would be a fee structure, and it's uncomfortable. And the thought became, what if we could just reduce or eliminate that friction? What if we could normalize a behavior that is simply, you pay people for their time, but not the uncomfortable, hey, give me a credit card, this is what I charge per hour. It's like, hey, just hit me on proximity. And all the friction goes away. There's a normalized conversation that you can have that just hit me on proximity. And there's a ton of different ways, as Nicole and Michael were alluding to use it. But the most basic gateway entry point, and my profile is up, the way I'm going to begin to use it and say, hit me on proximity, is if people want to engage and have a conversation. And it's not something that we want to turn into a direct client scenario, or it's not something that you want to turn into an ecosystem merger conversation, and you want to just explore which it might be or neither. You could begin to filter your time by saying, hit me on proximity, and building up through office hours, building up through, scheduled time blocks that people could select. And you avoid, hey, well, really, I know it's uncomfortable, but you kind of have to pay me for this advice and information. That friction, that discomfort goes away. And then from there, it's a platform for potentially everybody that wants to be in the space of coaching, lawyering. You're at parties and people are like, hey, I just had this legal matter. And it's like, hey, thank you so much. Listen, the way I operate is I do have office hours. Just hit me on proximity. I'll pause there. So, Michael, do you want to speak into this? And I have a couple other quick questions, including about you. But what are your thoughts around what I'm sharing right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. It removes that friction. It's a purpose-built platform that the pros who are expert in their field, and they always get emails or get solicitations like, hey, I want to spend some time with you. And this is a way to easily send them to a platform that, one, they could get information on all the things that you do and you are, and it makes it easy for them to just book time and they swipe their credit card and they book time, and boom, they have a setup in either 15-minute increments, or they can spend an hour with you. And on the consumer side, it's really, how do you find a platform where you could, I think you had mentioned it before in terms of kind of the benefit for that seeker. And it's really, how do I connect to the person that I've always wanted to spend time with in a more intimate way? Two, how do I seek wisdom and get the knowledge to almost be that person that I've always admired? And three, how do I go on a platform where I can start building that relationship capital and meet people who are specifically focused on this particular expertise? So we're also building community within the platform as well. So we're excited about it. Your vision, Sean, is really kind of the future of how people interact, and it's almost like the business version of a lot of these social platforms. And I think it's a natural leap for folks who are kind of connecting via LinkedIn to now have a deeper connection to their potential customers as well.
Yeah, and for Chris Crone, one of the challenges was, and he's got over 500,000 YouTube subscribers, and for most people on YouTube or these other social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, people just told me this week they're in Facebook jail, or LinkedIn jail, right, where they can't connect with more people because you don't really own that space, contacts, or connections, and it's not there for you to directly monetize in any way. It's there for them to be able to market and advertise to the people that you put on the platform. So it's not your LinkedIn account, it's not your Facebook account, it's theirs. And how you reach people and have influence is going to be based on the terms that they dictate. Here, if it's like hit me on proximity, it's your ability to create a direct financial relationship through a platform that takes away the friction, that's designed for you and your monetization. And we sort of live in this like false paradigm, not present to the reality, that like, oh yeah, like my Facebook page. Well, I have, I maxed out a long time ago on 5,000 Facebook friends. I can't connect with those 5,000 Facebook friends, right? Facebook's going to tell me how, why, where, when, what that looks like. And it's their Facebook friends, right? That I have a chance to pay them to reach the people I put on the platform. And not in any way, shape, or form have a direct financial relationship. So it takes away none of the friction that proximity does, and it's not competitive with. It's just a platform that does something completely different. And just for a little bit of fun, 2 more points. What does it look like if somebody, wins an Olympic medal in gymnastics and the whole place is cheering, and or somebody, finishes a concert and people want to connect? That person could have office hours or time available on proximity. That's up to them, obviously. But if they do, then you could be like, wow, yeah, let me hit them up. And that could be a way for people to create additional monetization of their career, their value, the energy that they've just created in the world. Additionally, I think Michael, Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong, there's the ability to have agreements to come on proximity. There's also the ability to have referral relationships with proximity. Is that you want to speak into that?
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Yeah, as right now, I actually sent my email. So anybody who's interested, please feel free to shoot me an email. Nicole's at nicole@prox.io as well. For the folks who are coming in, this is a kind of closed beta. So we've invited just, a small group of people to help kind of launch the platform. And for the folks who really take on that, hey, I want to be a beta tester, I want to participate early. And if you do have a big community, for anyone you refer to as a pro on Prox, we want you to participate in kind of that revenue stream as well. So reach out to me. I'll talk specifics, but this could be a way to really exponentially kind of drive revenue for you and really monetize your relationships as well. So this kind of ties in exactly to kind of Sean's vision and mission and Unblinded. That's why the synergy is so perfect for Unblinded and Prox.
And then, Michael, if you don't mind, just sharing a little bit about your awesome background and what you see in proximity and why you're here.
Yeah. So my background, and again, I think Sean was one of those who perfectly pronounced my last name. I'm French Canadian, Michel Mathieu, my parents are immigrants from Haiti. They moved to Canada, the closest French-speaking North American country, and then they ultimately immigrated to the U.S. when I was 8. And being a Michel, we moved to Philadelphia. Being a Michel in Philadelphia wasn't good for my health, so people started calling me Michael, and it stuck. And but if you truly have a francophone in you, you absolutely can call me Michel. So I spent most of my time in the Northeast. Went to school at City College, got a economics degree, and always fascinated in kind of these fast-growing companies. Moved to California and San Francisco, and I've been involved in startups ever since. Just scaling companies from a few people in a conference room to hundreds and thousands of people, and that's really talk about kind of what all of you talk about Unblinded, which is really my job is how do you help people maximize their growth and their personal growth and their relationship growth. And that's really ultimately what building a startup is bringing a few people together and okay, how do we exponentially build this business? So I've been doing it for a bit. I've been, knock on wood, very fortunate that all the ones that I've been involved with have had a successful exit. The biggest one, a company called Yumi, which was the pioneer, and you might hate us for what we've built, but back in 2007, we built the ability to dynamically insert ads into streaming video. So this is YouTube was just launching, and people tried to find a way to how do you kind of monetize these streams. And so we built a platform that would insert ads into streaming video. So thank you very much. So those ads, and so we built that platform. The company went public. It's still around as part of a bigger company right now, and really the excitement for me in proximity is really building kind of these marketplaces where you could exponentially make money on your connections and your contacts but really more importantly deliver that value to someone else who can then take that and drive their business as well. So when I first got involved with proximity, and I talked to Sean and Chris, I was like, oh my God, this is one, the world need this platform. So it's not even, hey, let's build a great business and everyone can participate. But I think there's also kind of a social impact to having a purpose-built platform to help people realize kind of their income dreams and be able to connect to the people they want to connect to. I was kind of excited from day one, and it's been a great journey. We now are in closed beta. So I know some of you have wanting to sign up. Unfortunately now it's like invite, but if you send me an email, I will definitely jump on the phone and participate. And Nicole's email is nicole@prox.io. And reach out to us, and happy to answer any questions and actually take you through a demo of the product so you can take a look at what it is. But I believe this is kind of one of the biggest things I've ever been involved with, and I think this could be kind of the the one-on-one, or we also are looking at Prox Pool, which is one-to-many, so small groups as well. This could be as big or bigger than a LinkedIn. And we have current pros everywhere. We have a travel expert in Norway. We have a fitness person in the UK. So we have folks all over the globe who are participating, and it makes the world smaller. So all of a sudden, as a pro, not only can you connect to folks who are in your local community, but people who are seeking your knowledge, who happen to be across the globe, now have the ability to connect with you, book your time, and spend some time with you. So really exciting opportunity, and really excited to connect the Unblinded community to what we're doing here at Prox.
Awesome. And so, Michael, as we begin to take it home on this fun Friday, the TechCrunch, what's TechCrunch? And, could you share a little about that? We'll post TechCrunch article in the chat as well.
Yeah. So if you live in San Francisco or New York, and you participate in venture financing or small startups, you know what TechCrunch is. It's a publication that really talks about kind of what's going on in the tech community, and it's kind of one of the premier publications. And if you haven't ever gone to TechCrunch, it's kind of my daily kind of stop to get news on what's going on in the technology world, and who's getting funded. And so they reached out to us, and they were so fascinated about these platforms. We do have competition out there, but I think the way we're doing it is unique. And they interviewed myself and Nicole and the team. We actually took them through a demo, and they wrote an article on the company. And actually what I'll do is I'll drop the TechCrunch link into the chat message as well. But that'll give you kind of a good it gives you a good sense of where the company is and what we're trying to accomplish. And so that was, ever since that article came out, we've been getting a ton of interest, and that's why for me, I want to kind of go as fast as possible to get our real production version out versus the current beta. And production we're not too far off. We're building a mobile version. Currently, we don't have a mobile version, and we want to be able to book different times of different types of engagements. And right now, we're focused on one-on-one and the 15-minute increments. So we're going to start expanding from that as well. But we hope to be in production in full production in a couple of months. But we have a product that's pretty polished today that if you're interested, we're happy to have you participate with us.
Awesome. And then, Michael, all for the Unblinded ecosystem, we've been having conversations, and I think getting closer to launching a proximity Real Raw. Michael's experienced the Real Raw, and I think that will be another very valuable ecosystem merger between Unblinded and proximity, moving relationships through, back and forth, meeting, connecting through an awesome Real Raw, and perhaps a series of Real Raws, and expanding. Michael, thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I think we had one pro call this Zoom on steroids, and really, if I look, we're currently on a Zoom call, but ultimately this could be something that's done on proximity, and doing that is all of you will be able to connect with each other. So it kind of ties kind of Unblinded and Zoom, and really this kind of ecosystem merger, so you can easily connect to the people who are within this call. So it couldn't be a more perfect opportunity to merge the two ecosystems, and I can't wait to have that product ready to go, so we can do, because right now obviously it's one-to-one, but once we kind of flip the switch to be able to have, I think the next version will be a 1 to I think 5,000. I think we should start doing kind of real raws on proximity, and all the folks who are there can easily now kind of merge their ecosystems and connect at ease using the technology that we've built. So I'm excited for that day to happen.
All right. Awesome. So Nicole, thank you. And Nicole, where are you from originally?
Grew up in a small town in Colorado, Durango, Colorado, but I'm out in Southern California now.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for being here. Michael, thank you very much for being here today, my friend. And we look forward to continuing to accelerate together.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And thanks, everybody. And again, like I said, reach out. You have my email. Happy to talk to the folks on the call on what's happening with Prox.
All right. Awesome job. Well, thank you, Michael. So, Adam, thoughts, feelings on this fun Friday as we begin to draw to a close on Prox? What's happening? Fran, if you could check the chat and give us some energy on that after Adam. So, AG.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited. I remember, believe it or not, I will take it back to August of last year in your loft after the Business Mastery event, which we didn't really officially meet, but I was there when you and Chris Crone hopped up on a couch and announced the proximity that you were working on. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that sounds like the most incredible idea. I wonder if there will ever be a day that I could potentially be on something like that. And so that's
it is amazing. It is amazing to see how progress and acceleration occurs. Fernando, so awesome job, Adam. Fernando, final, anything in the chat?
Chat is looking for info. They're dropping the website. Michael and Nicole's emails are being thrown all over the place. And it is the beginning of a new beginning and just the beginning all at the same time. It's only been 25 years plus in the making. And that's what's happening here in Chicago. So nothing else to report.
Yeah. Listen, everybody, thanks so much for being there last night. Thanks so much for being here day in, day out, or the days that you are here. Super thankful. And it is just the beginning of the beginning. It's Fun Friday. Have a beautiful day.